guys, I'm the garden lady. So today we're gonna check on the beets that I had planted. Now it's really cold here in southern Indiana already. I'm not sure if the beets are gonna make it, but I started growing them anyway. And I'll tell you why. Beets hold a special love in my heart. And we're gonna look at them and I'm gonna tell you the story about beets, how they saved my life. There's a true story. So here are the beets. You can see that they're surrounded by leaves, a million leaves, but the plants, they look beautiful. Now, I'm not sure if they're gonna make it, honestly, because it's cold. Even though they're cold hardy, you know, they still need time to grow. But I did it anyway because I just love them so much. Here are the beets. I don't know how you guys eat them, but I like them pickled. I like them steamed. Uh-oh, I accidentally pulled one out. Oh well. Look, you can see. I don't know if they're going to develop. But anyway, it was a good try. I did get a big harvest of beets in the summer. And we've eaten them. And now we're done with them. I mean, there's the flavor between beets from your garden and beets from the store is different. You can tell. They're doing pretty good though. I mean, they look all right. You could tell my face is getting red because it's cold out here. I don't know what the temperature is. It's really cold here in southern Indiana, but like by, I don't know if it's Wednesday or Thursday of this week, it's gonna get like 62. Go figure. That's southern Indiana weather for you. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about beets. Beets in my life. And thank God I liked them because I ate a million of them. When I was a child, I would say about three and a half. My dog is running around like crazy. I felt very sick. And my mom had to rush me to the hospital. For some reason I couldn't walk and I had these blotches about this big on my legs, all the way down my legs. The doctor had informed my mom that there was something wrong with the veins on my legs. My parents were terrified, obviously. They couldn't figure it out. This was like the early 70s. Yes, I'm dating myself. Where they didn't have like, you know, all the tests they have today to try to figure this out. So we don't know the reason. It was investigated, but nothing ever came out of it. My parents immigrated here from Cuba legally. My mom worked for the Cuban government, and she didn't agree with communism, and neither did my dad. So they asked permission to leave Cuba and come here, and they put my dad in a concentration camp for 4 years. And then after that, he survived it, and they let him go. Anyway, we're here in the United States. Everything is grand. You know, they got jobs and everything's gone. So I'm in the hospital. I was there for a while. And they did like test after test after test, blood test. The conclusion was I was poisoned. Doctors, my parents, nobody knows how it happened. I was poisoned. It affected my blood. I developed anemia. I was very low in iron. I couldn't swallow pills because I was like, you know, three and a half, and it was a challenging time for my parents and for me. And even though I was only like three and a half, you know, I remember everything, and it was terrifying. I remember my mom staying in the hospital with me because I was afraid to stay by myself. So this is where the beets come in. So, you know, trying to get my blood in a normal range and working right, she takes me to an old Cuban doctor. And he told my mom, he said, listen, feed her beets. Just start giving her beets. Cook them, boil them, put them in vinegar. Do whatever you have to do to make that girl eat beets. So my mom would boil the beet, an entire beet. And then when you boil a beet and you pinch it to where it's fork tender, if you go like this, the skin just, it falls off. And then revealed underneath that, you know, rough looking skin is a beautiful red beet color. So my mom would slice the beet and give them to me with a little olive oil, a little vinegar. Um, I think it was a few months later. I mean, I started to feel better. Once I had the iron in me, I started to feel better because beets have a lot of iron. You know, they started doing blood tests on me again, and I recovered. There was no more anemia. Everything in my body went back to normal. Well, somewhat. Today I still have a little couple of issues, but I eat a lot of beets and it takes care of it. Now, this is a disclaimer. I'm not telling you all if you feel sick, go eat beets. No way. Go to see a doctor, obviously. This is what worked for me and what happened to me as a child. So that's why every year you'll see me planting a lot of beets. So go plant beets. Even if you don't have a problem with your blood, they're still really nutritious anyway and very, very healthy. And if you can get your kids to eat them, oh my gosh, that is a plus. All my kids ate beets and I still eat them till this day. So grow them, give them a try, and they're delicious. Try them. You'll love them.